And now we're gonna check to make sure it's not got audio delay like last time. So just tell me when you see the stream come up and if
Stream's up.
if the audio is not delayed.
Let's see. Seems fine.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with a Shadow Yura then. I like how there's like not even any sort of explanation for this boss. It's just kind of there. Oh wait, no, I get. Okay, I guess it is something Hex did then.
Hex did it. It's also a good explanation.
Okay, well, I mean, Hex just kind of showed up, and that was that, I guess. I'm gonna see how this goes with a power bomb because apparently he can use this to drop everything at once. Oh, that's bad. It makes the hearts come out early, which I don't actually want. So I'm probably not gonna do that from now on. Okay. So the trick with this guy. Oh, were you gonna say something, Wafu?
I was just gonna go into Shadow Yura, but you can go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna mention the trick for this section is that basically if you stand in one place and throw a bomb upwards, it's always gonna hit him. So go ahead and explain the fight.
So you missed a bomb, by the way. Good, but nice job. But so Shadow Yura is a weird fight in that so basically he's divided up into his I don't know what you want to call it, his actual phase, his combat phase, and his quote puzzle phase quote.
Yeah.
And the puzzle phase is mostly just set conditions for breaking. First you have to find him, and whatever. It's static each time, so you don't have to worry about re-checking it each time. But then you have to figure out from which direction you have to break him out of, because sometimes the other sides will have force fields in the second or third time, and basically it's mostly just trial and error. If you didn't do it, you just do the next thing, and that'll probably work. And if that doesn't, you just keep going.
Yeah, it's a pretty strange boss. It's very easy to sit there and not really have any idea what to do to actually break him out, especially in the latter ones with the force fields. But since we actually know everything ahead of time, it shouldn't take too long, even on Nightmare.
So the reason why Shadow Yura is relatively unpopular is that he's the most half-baked out of the bosses, in that the puzzle I use the term very, very lightly here, is very hard to even call a puzzle. It's just very basic trial and error, and I kind of thought that it'd be funny if Shadow Yura went inside a box and he did some cups and balls shit where you had to keep track of him while a bunch of Dunmaku flied at you. But yeah, it's very, I don't know, he's two bosses stitched into one, and he's just not really compelling either way.
And when he has this red aura, he deflects projectiles, so don't shoot projectiles in him.
Yeah.
Kefit's bot is a good example of what happens when you do that.
Yeah.
And goddamn, he has a lot of HP when your bombs are doing default damage. I think they do close to 400 with max DPS.
The max you can get it is 347, I believe, with all the damage items on Jerry.
Which is more than 100 more than we're doing right now, so obviously it does go quite a bit faster.
That's because you're not going up and giving him the Jerry juggle.
Yeah, you can Jerry juggle him if you want, but I don't want to. Okay, so power bombs are actually good for this last phase, it seems.
This is actually pretty good, yeah, because in this last phase here, there's the condition for breaking him out is very weird and unintuitive, so you just kind of cheat a little bit here.
Yeah, and immediately die because,
yeah, and then immediately die. You actually die in 3 hits this boss, by the way.
Yeah, he does 10 damage.
Not 4. It's not good. It's bad.
Wait, do we? We have 36 HP and he does 10 damage, so no, we die in 4
Oh yeah,
minutes.
we should be at 4. That's all the usual number, huh?
Yeah. So he's pretty easy to dodge his attacks when he's floating around in head form. Main idea is just pay attention to where he is on the screen and what's happening at any given time, because his patterns can kind of overlap, and that's where most of my damage came from last time, I'm gonna say. Man, your bombs recharge really slowly on Nightmare, don't they?
That they do. And Slacks got here instantly. He just fucking knew. He has a DT3 stream sense.
Well, I mean, I do have the game listed on the stream now, so if somebody's like following the DT3 tag on Twitch, then obviously.
God bless him.
Yeah.
God bless.
So yeah, I believe the only thing you can damage him with during this phase with the red around him is explosive and normal. So basically, don't try any sort of projectile, or you're gonna have a bad time as it deflects off him. Yeah, see, his two patterns kind of overlap there, and that messed with me, I'm gonna say.
I think Shadow Yura will always go to the side you're not on, so if you're more comfortable on the left and right, you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean,
He'll accommodate you.
it's not like it really makes that much of a difference either way.
Not really. I just kind of prefer hanging out on the left normally.
Makes sense, I guess.
It makes very little sense, to be totally honest, but something is wired badly in my brain. Holy fuck, this phase takes a Ice Age.
Takes an eternity, yeah.
So here, the condition for breaking him out of his box is very silly. So you just kind of there's a force field on the left final box, I think. But the big thing is you have to break going from right to left.
So I dashed right into one of his projectiles. That was pretty special.
Didn't even get to see the Danmaku phase.
No, we did not. The Don Maku phase is really easy by the way, so I'm gonna be sad if I die there, or
I'm sad that you died twice already.
me too. Because, it takes forever to get back to that.
Yeah. God, Shadow Yura is just such a dork. Literally just a brain in a box.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure what he's from. I imagine he's taken directly from something, because the name Shadow Yura doesn't make any sense within the context of DT lore, I guess you could say. And this is a fight where we get some health restoration, so we can take, I believe, 6 hits instead of just 4.
You get 16 health, so
Yeah.
you end up with 52.
So
No, yeah, 52.
So yeah, we can take 6 hits.
You take 6 hits with 50. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. That nice little 2 health buffer. Thank you. Multiples of 5.
That was some sick dodging, if I do say so myself. So it looks like he actually stays in the red aura this entire phase, which does not make doing damage to him very, fast.
I guess, yeah, I mean, I mean, I just gave him. I just like when I fought him, I just gave him the Jerry juggle. I can understand why you wouldn't, because
I'm not gonna risk.
It's not very safe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna risk the unsafe strats of Nightmare. I don't think. Actually, I wonder if he can hit with missiles. No, the missiles bounce off too.
Huh. Does gravity well bounce off?
I'll try that when I'm not being bodied.
Don't get bodied by Shadow Yura, please.
The gravity well does bounce off. Holy shit. That is...
That's
something.
What the fuck? That's weird. For science.
Yeah, that was a real science right there.
So how's it feel having only 12 health right now?
Feels bad. Well, we can take 2 more hits at least, going into the final phase. You know, I've never heard this much of his music before, I don't think.
Oh yeah, if you actually hit him with melee, his barrier goes away.
Oh really?
It'll go away. Yeah, it'll go away soon, I should say.
I didn't realize.
All right. We are now. Yeah, Slice just reminded me. We are now in like Yura like randomly grows a tongue for some reason and then throws someone.
So I
throw shit at you.
With Nightmare Dash Regeneration, it's actually very tight on the last hit there.
Now you get to do some more fun,
Fun stuff, yeah.
Fun stuff. And then, but Shadow Yura decides to be an extra bit of a dick and summon some fire pillars sometimes. Oh, please don't die on this.
It's okay. We're gonna make it through next time, I assure you.
F. As Sacred would say. No, Sacred's here. And he said F. See? I knew it.
So predictable. Lost track of what I was doing. I actually didn't know he could do the homing thing on his first phase.
Bob is like, each try takes 3 minutes. Welcome to Yura Hell. It's like 3 minutes? Fucking, that's not, I must be insane because that's nothing. What?
I mean, we're gonna do Abomination this stream, God willing. So.
Abomination's gonna be like 6 minutes per attempt.
Yeah, pretty much. So I guess next time I'll try hitting him with the Claire and to get the shield off.
Those are some risky strats.
It's how I did the gold time, and I'm pretty... I remember how to do it pretty well, so I'm just sticking with it. Because why not?
Yeah, it's much safer to do it as Claire. Because why not is the best reason.
Does it go away after 1 hit at least?
Yeah, you have to juggle on him a bit, I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit. Okay. I don't know if I like trying to do this. Okay, I'm just gonna kill myself. Yeah, we're not gonna try doing that, I'm sorry. It's just throwing me off too much because I'm not used to fighting him like that. Like, the way I did the gold time, I just threw bombs at him, and that actually is still fast enough to get the gold.
Most of the endgame DT3 bosses have a very lenient goal time.
Yeah.
Mostly just involves, like, beating them again with the Power Glove equipped.
Go whole hog with the entire damage set. I think that's what I did with Jerry on the gold time here. I just set him max DPS loadout. You don't need anything else on him. Claire like doesn't even do any damage to him, except for the bit of Spazer DPS she gets in. I do find Jerry's dash easier to deal with on this fight as well.
So you know, if you beat Abomination this stream,
Yeah.
there's something else. There's something else special coming.
Yeah, I do intend to do that in this chapter, just to get out of the way.
It might be fun on Nightmare. Fun.
Fun, yeah. Let's call it that.
Now bomb energy.
Yeah, bomb energy takes so long to refill. It's actually very easy to hit him with bombs though, so... Like, he'll always try to maintain roughly the same distance from you, and that distance is perfect for hitting him with a bomb, which I imagine like Zephyr specifically did. Because, you know, he's Zephyr, he's insane.
It does seem very intentional.
Yeah.
A very easy setup. So. Zzz.
Yeah, this is the most exciting boss fight ever.
Please do not get hit by the box bullets.
I'm sorry, Wafu. I'll do better next time, I swear.
There shouldn't be a next time, because you're gonna kill him, right?
I hope I am. So again, like with the dash recharge I have, this is very tight. Like at the end I need to go all the way over to the left and regain my dash energy. Okay.
Is he immune to damage while he's spewing
Yeah,
blood?
he is. His hitbox vanishes entirely. You can't even hit him with anything.
I see.
I believe Chow comments that this guy is gross, and yeah, he kind of is.
Yeah, he kinda is.
Really not used to doing that last phase at all. Because normally he just melts there. Retry the first phase until we get it with not taking a hit. That seems to be the theme on Nightmare now. At least this part goes fast, huh?
Yeah. Which reminds me,
Yeah.
while you sit here retrying the first Bach phase of Shadow Yura,
Yeah.
for reasons unknown to me, I got the air dash in DT1
Oh, yeah.
today. Thank God for me.
Yeah.
And I saw Baby War Master.
Oh, yeah, I saw your tweet earlier.
I was so excited. He's just a shopkeep vendor. Such small beginnings.
Yeah, we need to ask Zephyr about the lore behind that.
Yeah,
He can make something up, I'm
And-
sure.
I'm sure he can. And I fought Flame Instigator, which was
Oh. Yeah, I vaguely remember that guy.
he's the first boss that didn't took me more than one try. It took me 2. I was impressed.
Well, you'll get to Shroud Lord soon enough.
Yeah. He sounds like a very, very good meme.
Yeah, Shroud Lord is pretty much a meme.
Yeah. DT1 has been a little bit too much fun for something I expected to be like kind of shit. So I'm a bit perturbed at the moment. I actually quite like the extra stages that show up every time you beat a level or get a muffin or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, like it's been said that DT1 isn't a bad game. It just The in-game, I thought, got really tedious in the end.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, the in-game in the end, that's a great sentence.
By the way, Flame Instigator actually uses the fire special.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was amazed. I'm sorry, I'm prattling right now because I need something to say while you fight this fucking floating head.
This boss is... yeah. It's an accurate simulation of how long it takes you to fight him your first time, at least.
Yeah?
Looks like I'm figuring out how to dodge his attacks again, because, you know, gold times you don't worry about things like dodging attacks, you just, like, do damage setups and pray for the best.
Says you! Oh, what the heck? Don't use that language with me.
I mean, like, I got the gold time in this guy taking 3 hits. It's, like, completely free.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You haven't truly conquered the goal times until you do Helmet Head.
Oh, yeah. Helmet Head, the most difficult boss in all of DT3.
Most fucking retarded boss. Just absurd. I'm glad he's a meme.
Yeah.
There's no better boss. It could be a meme.
Alright, so we have full HP going into this section. Maybe this will be the run.
And then... your MugiNet decided to be shit. I think it's trying to reject the possibility of beating Shadow Era.
Is it like is the stream? As long as the stream doesn't die, I don't really care.
It's chugging along, let's say.
Okay. Oh yeah, I guess it'll fix itself eventually. The VOD will turn out okay, and that's. I might, you know... Wow, that was a sick fucking dodge. That was not a sick fucking dodge, though.
Man, how are you gonna do that dodge and then just get randomly hit in the face by a star?
I know.
Man, there was only like a 4-second delay and it was amazing, and now I'm in the past like 20 seconds. Fuck my life.
The MugiNet is just keeps on giving.
Just keeps on giving.
There we go.
Guys.
Okay, yeah, Chow said it was gross. And that is the last mashed buttons. I'm glad I ended up getting the achievement on one of the other various mashed buttons earlier. So, we're at 27 deaths. Nice number, I think.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel, Quaff?
Yeah, Quaff, how does it feel to know that you've been, Euro cut? So this cutscene kind of lasts a while, I guess. You can't just... Oh, yeah, okay. So, Subcon. Subcon is an interesting place. I'm gonna show off a boat.
This place is fucking crazy. It's so weird.
If you cling to a wall as Claire and turn into the morph ball, you can do what I just showed you. It's kind of hard to explain in text, so I just, you know, figured I'd show it off. And this section might seem like it's kind of meant to be cinematic at first, but there's actually some pretty legitimate challenges here and there throughout, so don't let your guard down like Kefit did. Kefit did this when he was like, you know, half asleep or whatever, and it went badly for him. And oh, a lot of people do not figure out what you're supposed to do here. It's a Bomberman section, so you play Morph Ball Bombs.
Bomberman. I actually didn't even make that connection until you said, "Hey, we're playing Bomberman now," and I was like, "Holy fuck, it's Bomberman!"
And you can kind of, cheese it with power bombs. Along with many other places in this game. Oh, these enemies are all immune to everything except explosion, so you're basically forced to... I think what Raocow did was kill everything with Jerry bombs, which,
That's a very wow cow. That works too. Raocow way of doing things.
I'm kind of disappointed there's not a special effect for the power bombs here.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, it's actually faster if you can kill them with normal bombs because you can spam a bunch of them at once. And you actually don't do enough damage on Nightmare to kill them in one onslaught, let's say. You have to do two.
That is sad.
Very.
That is depressing.
Okay. Damn, that hitbox persisted after it died. Is there still another enemy somewhere? Yeah, here he is. Guess there must be another one. Yeah, here he is. Does anybody know what the music here is from, by the way? I mean, I could look it up, but I figured I'd let the chat look it up for me.
Slacks probably knows.
Yeah. I usually use Jerry here, but I think I'm gonna go with Claire, because, nice change of pace. I say usually, but I've only played this once.
Now, 100% Jerry usage during this part.
Oh, speaking of which, if you come back here after beating this area the first time, you have access to Chow and can scan the enemies on the previous screen. And there's actually some interesting developer information there.
Oh yeah, and... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, when I was looking for the optional boss, I actually went back through the entirety of this place. And ended up noticing that you could scan the enemies now. So go ahead, Wafu.
Oh yeah, so this is where you get the, by the way, humans are assholes speech from War Master, which is not a thing that, comes up again. This is kind of introduced at the last minute, you could say. DT3 lore, everybody. Also, apparently it was Mario and Luigi Dream Team, Somnum Woods.
Huh. This doesn't sound like a Mario song.
The Mario and Luigi handheld games have a pretty interesting OST.
Yeah.
Or OSTs, I should say.
I don't think I've ever actually played one of those. No, I played one of them. I didn't play anything past the first one. That's what it was.
There's only one other good one besides the first one, so that's a good idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've always just liked Super Mario RPG the most out of the Mario RPGs.
It's because it's the best one.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Like, I played Paper Mario when it came out. I was just not impressed with it, like, compared to Super Mario RPG. It just felt, kind of, I don't know, lifeless, I guess you could say. I really wish they had kept... I wish Square Enix had kept making the Mario RPGs, I'll say.
I'm quite a fan of Thousand Year Door.
Uh-huh.
The first Paper Mario kind of... It's not quite as, refined. It's a bit, stale in comparison. But, I think Thousand Year Door has aged pretty well.
Yeah, I hear a lot of praise for Thousand Year Door. I should probably play it at some point in my life. We'll see. So I'm just kind of dancing with Claire here, because you have to wait for the epic lore. We're gonna call it.
Like, the big problem with Thousand Year Door is that it's just way too easy. for the most part, except for the last boss. And what I liked about Super Mario RPG is Super Mario RPG actually had you use the combat system and you know, use it well until you got like Mega Jump and then just spammed it and then spammed it for thousands and thousands of times, which happens in Paper Mario too.
Did you ever get the reward for doing 100 times in a row?
I did.
Oh, really? I've never done that.
Yeah.
The timing on it is pretty strict after a certain point. So
No, it's retarded. I don't think I could do it anymore. I did it when I was younger. Younger me was very autistic. So
well, I mean, little kids don't really have anything to do except play games all day long. So you do crazy shit.
It took me forever to play. So. Like, I also got the whole, like, dodge, like, a bunch of lightning strikes in Final Fantasy X when I was younger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got all of the ultimate weapons in FF10 when I played it. Oh, God. I'm gonna die. Good thing it's just checkpoint. I don't think I've ever died there. It's embarrassing. So Zephyr said that Kefir was the first person that he'd ever see die on the spikes above me right now. Just wanted to get that out there. It's actually kind of a tricky jump. You have to go pretty much as far as your jump will allow. I mean, I guess you could use the dash to clear as well, but you know. So here's the advancing wall of death. I believe this is its final appearance. Spring ball is pretty good there. So yeah, like I said, the platforming in this section is actually like pretty. It's called legit. And I just killed myself on trying to tank damage, which is not a smart idea on Nightmare.
One must cleanse yourself with a Rauka.
Yeah. So yeah.
You did it 2 times, and then you still did it a 3rd time.
Yeah, I was like, at this point, might as well go all the way. Fuck it. So yeah, this wall of death is always very fast whenever it appears. Like to the point I don't even want to call these sort of stages auto scrollers. They're just outrunning the wall more than anything. Okay, we made it.
The degenerates are talking about Paper Mario waifus now.
Oh.
This is what we get for having ice around. Honestly.
There are waifus in that series.
There are. Yes.
That's, well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised at this point.
Yeah. One very amusing thing about Thousand Year Door is the girl ghost in Thousand Year Door that it becomes your party member is actually a dude, but got censored in the American version.
That's, wow. Thank you, Nintendo. So I'm actually not sure how to get the achievement on this screen. If anybody knows, tell me right now. Apparently this screen is like a nightmare on Achilles, because these it's hard to avoid being hit like by just a single bullet at some point.
It seems that you have to drop through the first hole and then jump underneath the ship.
Oh, okay. I guess we missed it forever then. Though you actually can come back here. It's not really. Well, we died, so let's try and get the achievement.
It's just pretty cool that you just go on, you know, the Super Mario Brothers 3
airship.
Ship.
Wow, I actually died to damage. They do 12 damage, so you can only take 3 hits on Nightmare. And you actually have to be in the jumping state to jump off stuff in this game. Like, you can't stand on top of the cannon and...
So, one day I'll stream. I'm gonna have to have you give me mod so that I can ban Ice.
Ice probably deserves to be banned, so yeah, that's a good idea. So I'm gonna try this a couple more times and see if I can get the achievement, but, you know, we're not gonna worry too much about achievements.
There's a lot of people that I need to ban, like Spidey.
Okay, I'm not gonna bother doing that because that's a very silly thing to do. Yeah, you should really just,
Oh god.
just ban everybody. You're probably not talking about anything interesting anyway. So the hitbox on like jumping on these things is pretty generous, at least. So. Honestly, didn't expect to have any sort of trouble on this screen, but I guess it goes to show just like how everything in DT3 is the real deal.
I got really confused when you open your options screen because I forgot about the minus 12k internets that we owe, that you know we owe to the debt collectors. Gonna find fucking Jerry and Claire strewn up in the back of an alley somewhere, paying off debt.
Yeah, the end of that is pretty intense. Didn't Achilles that screen, so yeah, Achilles does seem pretty hard there. And this is another, like, chasing War Master at the end of here is, I'm gonna be worried about my dash energy.
Oh yeah, this is actually kind of rough. When you actually get to, like, the race.
Yeah, the race is where we're at now. So yeah, the race is actually kind of rough. Had to really concentrate there. Probably not one of the places you expect to be harder on Nightmare, but yeah, it is. Alright, so we're at the part where nobody actually realizes what to do their first time through, and they try to do this with charged shotgun ice, and now that will work, but what you're meant to do is just, you actually still have the Bomberman bombs, so just use those.
Yeah, everyone forgets about the Bomberman bombs here. So...
And now we get some more epic cutscenes with War Master and Hex. And then this is another section that you like actually do want to take seriously. Because you will die if you get hit by too many of these things. See?
Oh no.
I didn't actually die.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so we're at a pretty cool part now. This is like a very memorable screen for most people, and we'll see why once the MS Paint shows up. So yeah, the idea with this map is that there's like black holes or whatever appearing that reshape the terrain, and you have to follow along while taking these into consideration and also not actually hitting them yourself, because they will do quite a bit of damage if you do hit them. Just
God, the black hole sprites are just so amazing. There's
wow, that was. Oh yeah, you can't. I was trying to get out of Morph Ball in the old way, and you can't do that.
That still fucks me up even to this day. Like after the change.
Yeah. You know, they actually refer to him not as just War Master, but the War Master. So maybe we should, you know, treat him with more respect and refer to him as the War Master from now on.
If we want to be ultimate, like, respectful, we should just call him Chaos War Master.
Chaos in all caps, War Master.
Yeah, gotta like shout it whenever you say Chaos. Or you can go really respectful and say the Chaos War Master.
The Chaos. Of course, even Zephyr just calls him War Master, so you know.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is another one of the key maps where you're going around collecting keys for all the different tower blocks. And again,
This map's pretty huge.
there is some actually legit platforming here, like it's not just a cinematic thing. So, like, I had to switch to Jerry to make it through there. Alright. Now, the black holes will lead you around the map pretty well, so it's hard to get too lost, even though it's a big map, like Wafu said. There is one kind of leap of faith down here, but past that it's fairly obvious, I think. Okay. Actually kind of surprised there is like a leap of faith in this game. It's not something you'd expect.
Yeah.
Oh, and you might notice I'm getting like a different sort of wall jump at times. That happens if you happen to be mashing the jump button at the exact same frame you land on a wall. It'll do a special little, well, not special. It's just how the systems interact. But yeah, if you see different things happening when I lash on the walls, that's what it is. Fortunately, you don't need to do like blind clear dashes or anything. That would have been a little obnoxious.
That would be, yeah.
Alright, so I think, okay. See, like here, they'll actually block your path off completely so you don't get too lost.
So apparently the track that plays here is another Wild Arms song from Alter Code F2.
Yeah, it sounds pretty Wild Armsy now that you mention it. I don't think I ever actually played Ultra Code F.
I haven't either. I've only played 2, so.
Yeah, I've played all of them except Ultra Code F, I think. Almost to the end now.
Try your best not to die here because it takes a while to get through everything again.
I didn't die. In fact, I Achilles'd it. Thank you very much, Waffle, for your great amount of faith in me.
I have nothing but faith. Faith in your ineptitude.
Alright, back in 1 sec. Enjoy the random numbers.
Alright. Is there a specific type of way you breathe that's specifically Canadian? Need you to demonstrate it for me next time we go on voice.
Alright, so I believe at this point we're headed back to the bot village.
Yes, I think so.
Alright, so... Alright, let's see where...
And then... it.
Yeah. We're coming up on the line.
And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, right. This is the section where it locks all the teleports, so we're gonna have to get there manually. Which is gonna require going through a good deal of the overworld on foot. But it's okay, it's been rearranged somewhat, so it's not like, you know, just a big slog. See, look, we got some lovely hex rings. Everybody loves hex rings, right?
I love hex rings. It's always exciting when they show up. I'm glad that's their official name, by the way.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I wouldn't have known what to do if it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, like, what else is there to even call them, really? And there's actually some pretty tight patterns with them here, huh? I didn't remember those guys at all. And generally, you can just pretty much follow the hex rings. Like, I don't know if you guys saw, but it actually blocks off the incorrect passageways through the world map. So it's pretty much just a big platforming challenge section built around the world map, more so than like actually being the world map. If that makes any sort of sense, I don't know if it does.
There were some words in there that made sense.
Yeah, this might be a little bit challenging on Nightmare since we can only take 3 hits per screen. That said, it is the overworld map, so we'll have more opportunities to regain health than we would otherwise. That is, unless he like removed all the plots and stuff, which I wouldn't put it past him to do.
Yeah.
No, there's a plot down here.
There should be an achievement for doing this ring challenge while the hex rings are here.
I don't think you actually can.
Oh, you probably can. Zephyr should have made sure you could.
Okay, so we took a detour for some health, and we ended up with like 3 more HP than we had, so it's okay.
It was a net gain.
Yeah. And it's actually kind of clever how he combines the springs, let's call them, with the hex rings here. Alright, I think this is where you need to, yeah, that. I definitely just tanked damage there my first time through the game. Because, like,
I'm wondering if, like...
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm wondering if, like, did he make this area, like, this whole area with the intention that he would hex ring fuck them later?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Because it seems very intentional with the way that the enemies are placed within the hex rings.
This is kind of AIDS.
Oh no.
Gotta deal with the Rocketeers, as well as the native enemies, let's say. So I'm actually gonna need to take out all these guys on my way through.
Double kill!
These guys have a lot of HP, huh?
Huh, they're not showing a health bar.
think you're cut off from Jeremy or something.
Double kill.
Poor Jeremy.
Because that happened back in the Mega Man gate, remember?
Right. Man.
Thinking, yeah, parts of this map were definitely meant to be done later with the X rings, because there's like no reason to go on the bottom otherwise.
The bottom is also the ring puzzle in this map.
That's true.
Double kill.
So yeah, actually on Nightmare, not having Jeremy with you is kind of a hindrance, because enemies have more HP than you expect, let's say. Or rather, they don't have as more HP than you expect, but they do less damage than you would expect.
Man. How does Jeremy even get locked out? He's like super hacker, man.
Except when he's not.
Except when he's not.
Alright, so these are special. And we're gonna ignore that tank because I don't like him. And we can just, you know, dash through it with Jerry. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, we made it. That was great.
Oh no.
That was great. Oh, this is a fascinating hex ring pattern. Not actually sure what the best way to approach this is. Think you want? I think you can do it with Claire, but let's try. No. I'm gonna figure this out pointlessly because I jumped back by mistake. Okay, you just do that. That works. Not sure if that's like the intended solution, but whatever.
I like how you jumped back. That's great.
Yeah, it was by reflex.
Double kill.
So yeah, pro tip, remember what enemies earlier in the game are weak to, because it does help when backtracking. And you're gonna do a bit of backtracking like here or this to get all the items and such. And it's easier to clear stuff out when you kill it in 2 or 3 hits.
Double kill. Multi-kill. Double kill.
Man, the guy didn't die to the gravity well. That's how weak gravity well is. No, I agreed we'd stop making fun of gravity well. Gravity well is good.
Don't bully Gravity Well.
Alright.
It only got 1 tick on it.
Yeah,
Come on.
That's true. I'm sorry, Gravity Well, you're useful. I was actually watching Raocow play X3 earlier, and man, Gravity Well in that game really sucks. It's actually like even slower than it is in DT3. And Quaff actually showed us what you're meant to do with Charged Gravity Well in Sigma. I don't think anybody
Did he
I
ever?
don't think anybody ever like tried that on their own. He said he got it from Zero's videos, so like if you want to see actual good DT3 play, go watch Zero's playthrough.
That's so hilarious. that's funny.
Double kill.
I was hoping I could get that cheese with the refreshes, but it was not to be. I never actually noticed, but the entire screen is like kind of tinted a darker palette than usual during this section.
Yeah.
Oh god, look at all these guys. So they all, the sprites ended up all overlapping on each other there, so that was pretty cool. Oh, and it spawns a platform here, that's random. I'm glad they were load-bearing enemies, apparently, and, you know, just gave us a passage to the next area. Alright, so I forget if there's anything special in these places. We're gonna ignore the polar bears, because we don't like the polar bears. Waffle, you live in Canada, what do you feel about polar bears?
There are no polar bears here, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. I I guess those would be in Alaska, not Canada. You know, same place, really.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you all about fucking moose, but not necessarily about polar bears.
Do you actually get, like, live moose in your yard and stuff? Because I've heard of that.
Not here, but further north you will.
I hear moose are actually, like, really vicious and will, like, fuck you up bad if you mess with them.
The males can be quite mean.
Yeah.
If you like a fucking raging moogie. It's
raging moogie. I'd like to point out that I've never once raged in the course of this playthrough. Thank you very much. If you want rage, go watch Kevin's LP where he like got extremely mad at basically everything. I'm sorry, Kevin. It's the truth.
He's gonna watch this. He's just getting really indignant.
Oh, he hasn't watched any of this playthrough because you know.
Oh, he's working like so. Poor guy.
Oh yeah. Also, we like spoil all the stuff he hasn't seen yet. If he didn't, so it's probably for the best.
Yeah. Maisie still has dodged the spoilers.
Oh yeah. So this place would probably be pretty annoying if you're still trying to do this holy waters and not shotgun ice. And this version of the map actually removes the Rocketeers, which is actually makes it easier than the vanilla version. Actually, I don't think there are any changes to this map other than removing the Rocketeers. So, hey.
And like, if you want actual, Sacred just reminded me of the best Kefid rage.
Oh yeah.
The embodiment of Scarlet Failure.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, that's not real rage though. I mean that video was fake,
no,
so.
It's not, but it's amazing.
So we ended up getting into a secret area with cheese for no reason. Let's go back the right way.
Oh shit.
So yeah, the reason there was nothing changed on that map was because I went way up past where I was supposed to. And
so much cheese.
And there's no BGM here because I guess it was too happy. You can't have happiness. Not when Hex is around. Oh, and here's a nice dancing Hex ring, let's call it. Oh, damn, I dashed right into it.
Did you ever?
It's actually kind of unsettling with no BGM, I'm not gonna lie. Looks like you can actually make this map on the first cycle if you go optimally, but, you know, who wants to go optimally when you can go failure nightmare level?
Who would watch this except for failure? Or expecting anything else but failure, rather? Like my words.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming up on 3,000 deaths. I have no illusions about my skill ability. I mean, like, I think you have to be pretty good at the game to, like, play Nightmare, but I'm definitely not the best person to ever play Nightmare, let's say. Though, like I got a comment on my YouTube channel from some guy who actually, like, has been doing a Nightmare run, and he said he's stuck on Abomination, so,
oh boy.
I hope we don't end up in that position. So I Achilles that screen, and I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Just gonna say. Alright, and here we actually have to go through the underground tunnels. But there are surprisingly very few hex rings. I think you could have, like, actually fleshed out these maps a bit more. But, you know. I guess there's...
Oh yeah.
I guess there's plenty.
You put it on walkthrough mode.
I did. Before I started the stream.
Wonderful.
Now, I'm not, like, actually sure how much its name even comes up in dialogue, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I think we're past, like, all of the dialogue options. Yeah. Most of it with that says Abomination.
Yeah. Alright, so we're almost at the village. What do you think is going to happen at the village, Wafu?
Tragedy.
Yeah, this screen is like kind of oddly empty. I thought it would be cool to like actually make you go through the underground tunnels here, but there's just nothing on it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's
Jerry and
foreboding.
Claire got blasted backwards like quite a ways. So what could be waiting? What could be waiting indeed? Oh no! Oh no! It's so tragic.
Oh no! The sad face.
So you actually get to walk through this map and witness all of the bots being killed.
I shouldn't laugh. Like, okay, this is awful.
Let's see, I'm actually not sure the correct direction to go here. I think you might want to... yeah, you dash...
Oh, there's actually one surprise for you on the screen, though.
It's an ooze.
Oh, yeah. It's news.
Pro tip, fight the ooze with Claire. I don't even know how you would fight it with Jerry. See, look, I messed up Jerry and Jeremy for like, I think the first time this LP. I don't really want to know how you would fight it with Jerry, to be frank with you. Oh my god, that does a lot of damage. This is like the most intense fire in the world. I'm actually gonna have to retry this until I get through without getting hit. There we go.
Dude, what do you mean? If you could fight it with Jeremy easily, you'd fucking right hook the motherfucker, and it'd be over.
You actually do fight this with Jeremy later, don't you?
You do, and it evaporates.
Yeah. The fireballs and throws always get me. This was going well, but now it's just all spaghetti. God damn. So I forgot there was an ooze here, to be perfectly honest.
Yep. Oh no, that push back into the fire.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's very annoying not having the health bar here. Its block killed me. I hope it doesn't respawn. It'd be bad. It does.
Oh, you actually get a...
It actually does respawn too, so... This is the worst.
No.
This is the absolute worst.
Zephyr!
Zephyr, why?
What have we done?
You know, its slide attack is actually similar to, orange form.
Yeah, sort of. Okay, well, you're gonna have to get real good at fighting oozes.
Yeah, so we're gonna let this block, like, fuck the fuck off. Look, it's still going. How long do these blocks... Okay, it finally disappeared. God. So I mentioned earlier it'd be like the worst thing in the world. Like earlier in the LP, it'd be the worst thing in the world if that happened. So I'm glad it happened to me. Just to show it off, Oh, and you actually have to fight this Rocketeer.
Please don't die to the Rocketeer.
It's okay. So the bots they kill turn into health, by the way, which is kind of morbid, I guess.
That's a little spooky.
Okay.
So you gotta say, War Master, fucking hypocrite. He's like, yeah, humans are danger to bots everywhere. I'm gonna sick my bot army to kill the bots.
Oh yeah. Why does War Master kill the bots? That doesn't really make any sense.
It's just because they're allied with you. I'm pretty sure that's the only justification for it. They made their choice, etc., etc.
Yeah, well, that's true. So, yeah, War Master is kind of a dick.
It's kind of a dick.
It's actually kind of interesting figuring out how to navigate this area with all the fire added, which makes me wonder again if you like actually designed it originally with the plans of putting the fire in place.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right. It's Hex using Chaos, not War Master.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually not War Master.
Okay, so it's
Got.
all right. Well,
It's got lower school.
So the line is coming up. We're not gonna skip this cutscene because we have to. Here it is. In the end, put down by the thing you think you love. I find these things you call video games to be a joke. I can't stand this existence, but it can't be helped.
Like, can we just deconstruct everything about this for a second? For one, he switches topic 3 times. Literally every single sentence in this in here is about something different.
Yeah, and it can't be helped at the end really sells the whole thing, I find.
But it can't be helped. It's like,
did nobody on staff alert Zephyr to this line? Like,
what? Like, nobody saw this line and went, everything about this is wrong. And, like, for one, he literally said, like, he's like, video games are dumb.
yeah, like, Hex is... the dialogue here is just amazing in general. We're gonna skip the rest of it, though, because, you know, we had our fun. So now everybody's dead. And they will never respawn, and this map always stays in this state for the rest of the game. So, you know, it can't be helped.
It can't be helped.
And we have to wait a bit for the gate to spawn. Yeah, we gotta talk to these guys. Okay.
You should you should translate the line into Japanese.
I don't think so. Right, we gotta go back to the castle now. Is the Nightmare Gate here yet? I don't think it is.
It should be.
Well, let me go check then.
Huh.
I think you might actually have to, like, go to the castle and reactivate the teleport gates for him to spawn, but we'll find out. And yeah, like, this is, like, incredibly fucking morbid, by the way. Like, it's just all the bots died and turned into health, and it's just this flaming village for all eternity. Like, Jesus Christ, Zephyr. Yeah, so the gate is not here yet. We're gonna actually have to go and advance the plot a bit to get it to spawn, but, you know.
Yeah, gets to go step in the castle.
Yeah. Still gotta do the whole Overwatch shenanigans. Oh, and here's the Elite Rocketeers. Advanced Rocketeers, rather. And we have Jeremy back finally. Thank God. They're pretty much the same as regular Rocketeers, because they have, except they have more health as far as I can tell. Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
there are differences, but I'm not really sure. Okay, let's try just running through here. Why not? Okay, let's not try running through there. We gotta actually kill the fucking Rocketeer.
Wow, that was a beatdown.
Yeah, it really was. So yeah, don't do that. This run is all about teaching you what not to do on Nightmare.
Speaking of like hypothetical DT3 translations,
Yeah.
we had that discussion of what pronoun Hex would use, right?
Yeah.
What did we settle with?
I don't think we came to conclusions.
I
Why don't you
see.
pull the chat?
Yeah, I should, right?
Yeah.
I mean, personally, if he didn't, I guess he'd have to like. My thought would be that he would use whatever Jeremy used,
Right.
because
He's a-
you know,
He's
lore.
a clone of Jeremy and all.
At the same time, if he doesn't use Boku, I'd be so sad. Like he's such a dweeb.
Yeah.
He needs it.
Speaking of which, I don't really understand the setting with him being a clone of Jeremy because they don't act similarly, like, in any way.
Yeah. No, not really at all. But
Not even in DT1, I don't think.
when he showed up in DT1, I lost my mind. I died.
Yeah, Hex is...
He's like,
He's the grand villain of the series, let's say.
Double kill.
oh, Jamer said Boku-sama. Oh my god, it's amazing.
I think that would definitely work.
Yes.
I'm glad we figured this out.
It's gonna make me laugh forever.
So, you know, the Bush guys are still being the worst things in the world, by the way. Just in case anybody...
It never changes. They should have put Zephyr should have put Bush guys in the laser grid room.
I don't think you should have. You know, I don't think that would be very fun, Wafu.
It's just such a sad that like the worst enemy in the game only shows up like in an overworld map a couple times.
The oozes are still worse, I'm gonna say.
They are. As far as like combat difficulty, they're like the oozes are still the hardest like regular enemy.
But as far as
At the same
as
time-
far as like taking damage that you didn't intend to take, the Bush guys are up there. I mean, not that you ever like intend to take damage, but hopefully you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I tried to dash through the tank and was less successful this time.
Double kill.
Let's grab some hearts. Oh yeah, the Hex rings are gone now, I guess. Hex is like, whatever, fucking... Going backwards to this map is surprisingly challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't try to kill those guys, because it has no benefit to me whatsoever. Imagine if I died there. So that map is very easy to backtrack on, fortunately. I thought there was a pipe down there, but that's another screen. Go ahead.
You don't have to walk all the way to Magic Castle, do you?
Yes, you do.
Or do you?
You do.
Oh, Lordy Lord.
That's the trigger for unlocking the warps again.
Right. Cool. And I guess like the addition is like the new Chaos Advanced enemies like showing up
Yeah.
and
Which are basically the same, but they do more damage and have more HP.
Quaff and Slice just said that the barriers came down, so you just totally missed the shortcut.
Multi-kill.
Oh. Too bad.
I totally forgot about that too.
Holy shit, you can't buy a cookie from the Yoshi anymore because you have negative internets.
Oh shit!
That's amazing.
Zephyr Burst! There's even a specific error message!
I'm just in awe. Alright, so...
I can't believe that's a thing.
I guess we can just never buy from the Yoshi again. He can't feed his family anymore because we went into debt.
All because of cheese.
Yeah. Cheese ruined the... Cheese has tanked the economy of DT3 world. So yeah, I definitely could have taken a shortcut to the castle, but I completely failed to realize that, so... It's cool, we'll go the long way around. Take the scenic route.
The scenic... Yeah, the scenic route. Oh, some sweet cheese action there.
Yeah. We're almost at 30% cheese. God, that bee sniped me out of nowhere.
Double kill! Multi-kill!
I really hope we don't die to damage from these enemies. That would be, you know, the worst thing in the world.
Well,
And that's definitely what happens.
it can't be helped.
Yeah.
Double kill!
Nothing can be helped at this point.
Nope. Tell me that video games just weren't so stupid.
I still can't get over Hex as a character. He's just like so ridiculous.
He's such a fucking dweeb. Like, he's just such a nerd. He's the most bullied kid in school ever created.
So let's get some more cheese.
Double kill!
We're at 30% cheese. I hope everyone is very happy with that. Okay.
I'm telling you, he's like if Flowey, like, became a hacker.
I hope I'm actually like going the right way because I don't remember. Right, yeah, this is the correct way. Yeah. You can actually get to this map very early in the game, like basically the first time you come here, but the Magic Castle is locked in until now.
Yeah, there's just like a force field that says go away when you come here early.
Double kill! Multi-kill! Mega kill!
And there's actually a shortcut I do not activate, so it'll just... We'll be missing that map tile forever, I guess, because there's no reason to do it now. And there's the spider bot. Oh, spider bot. Okay, now we can go back and do... we can do it.
Bro. The spider bot. Oh, by the way, are you doing the normal ending first?
No.
Are you gonna show the normal? Oh, okay.
Fuck the normal ending. So, okay. Jeremy recommends saving our progress before going in the Nightmare Gate. Oh my god. So, this is the Nightmare Gate.
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
So, I'll take it from here.
Alright. Thank you, Wafu.
I'll try my fucking hardest. So, where do I go? Basically, this is a child abuse minigame. And basically, what happens is the Nightmare Gate, for some reason, decided to port you into a very survival horror-esque version of Claire's past. Her past including a abusive mother who physically beat her until she broke her arm. And this comes up in the journal entries. And the Nightmare Gate is running around collecting keys while you try to avoid Claire's mother.
Yeah, and you have to turn on lamps for some reason. I guess that's...
Yeah.
I haven't ever actually played Clock Tower, but this game is based on the Clock Tower series.
This is... As far as, like I can say, you know, what went right and wrong with the normal ending, and there's a lot that went wrong, to be fair. But at the very least, I think, like, there's almost logic in it for me there. But this almost totally avoids me into the intent behind this.
Yeah, next time we get Zephyr on, we need to have a talk with him.
Like, for one, it's a nightmare game. One of the of all places to put that, you want to put the for 6 nightmare gates in a row. They've been optional difficult combat area or challenges of some kind.
7 actually.
7, yeah, they're 7, right? Well, and but for this one, lore. I mean.
So you actually see Claire's mom walking behind the house there? I never noticed that.
Huh. Spooky.
Yeah, so, nobody really understands why this is in the game. It doesn't really, add much. Well, I mean, I guess it adds much if you want to see it that way, but, the characters all just immediately forget about it afterward, and it's okay.
One thing I will praise this somewhat is that I think the atmosphere is kind of neat, and it's kind of a cool change of gameplay the first time you see it. But holy fuck, the context, you can't ignore the context of how this comes up. Of A, this replaces a nightmare gate. B, it answers a question nobody ever asks. There's never a thing in any game, as far as I'm aware, where everyone just goes, damn, what the fuck is wrong with Claire? We need to find out. That never happens.
I'm pretty sure this doesn't come up in DT2 at all either.
So you get this completely contextless mini game, which essentially just in the mini game isn't really it's not it's. I don't even know what to say about the gameplay, honestly. You just run around, collect keys, and then you hide from a purple silhouette that is funnier than it is scary, to be totally honest.
So we just heard the amazing voice acting of Claire's mom. By the way, I think Wafu was talking over it, but we'll hear it again.
Oh, we'll hear it again.
Yeah, it's Zephyr said that his friend from Canada recorded this dialogue, and she apparently lives in the same place that Wafu does, so I guess Wafu, was connected with the game the whole time.
Yeah, I said it better, which is it's presented as something that nobody needs to see.
Okay, and even if you're hiding, if she's already noticed you, she will wreck you, let's say.
Yeah. And yet, yes, I get that it's mostly for the player's benefit than the characters, but when you present it as such a way where the characters don't care, then why should we?
Claire, are you there?
And the problem is that it's never given there's no curiosity or intrigue about what happened to Claire given to the player at any point. So this is if you're talking narratively, this is a hot mess, is being generous.
Yeah, because this is never mentioned or brought up again in any way, and the game really doesn't have any sort of focus on Jerry and Claire to begin with. The protagonist of DT is Jeremy, to be perfectly honest.
For the most part, yeah. And yeah, it's very contextless. It comes out of complete nowhere. It's just awkwardly presented, where you read these super fucking grimdark journal entries about Claire's mom beating the shit out of her, and it's just and it just doesn't come off very tactfully, let's say. And I don't know, there's just I understand Zephyr's not a writer, and he tried to do something creative, which, I mean, props to him. I mean, I'm not gonna shame DT3 for having this in, but if we're trying to be any sort of critical,
yeah.
Ew.
Like Wafu says, if we're trying to be critical of the game, this part does need to be reevaluated in some way. I like some of what it does, to be perfectly honest. It's just, it doesn't fit with the rest of the game at all.
I think it showcases that Zephyr is very good at atmosphere when he wants to be.
And I like the idea of kind of showing Claire's backstory about how she met Jerry and Co. and like video games were kind of her outlet of escape from a troubled childhood. But again, like, what the fuck is this doing in the game? Like, maybe if the game like had more of a focus on narrative to begin with, I could get behind it. But let's be honest, it really doesn't. And most of the narrative is just, you know, an excuse to have gameplay. And I'm fine with that. Like, I'm fine with just having an excuse for gameplay narrative. But when you try and have your cake and eat it too, you just end up with something kind of, you know, weird. And
It's like,
I do like how ridiculous Claire's mom is, at least.
basically, to put it succinctly, it's like it's a completely narrative-based gameplay segment in a game that does not care about narrative-based stuff.
Yeah.
And that comes from everything. That even explains like why the characters react as they do. Just like, oh, I knew that. No, I knew that too. Well, fuck right off. Well, if that's the end game of the characters reacting to your narrative, what is the reader supposed to think of that?
Yeah, and again, like, maybe if you'd done something with, like, Jeremy instead, like, a heavy narrative focus with Jeremy, it could work better. Because, again, like, Jeremy is the actual protagonist of DT, and it ends with him fighting Hex, spoilers. So, like, actually exploring that somewhat would have, you know, might have been a bit more appropriate. I forget where I'm even going now, but we'll figure it out eventually.
Like, if there was any sort of, like, highlighter of, or even a characterization part of the writing at all for Jerry and Claire, maybe, too. Like, because Jerry and Claire, their personalities are established, their relationship is established, there's no deeper characterization outside of this.
Yeah.
Like, this is the deepest the characterization ever goes.
Yeah, and it goes too deep.
Yeah. It goes so deep.
Yeah, it goes turbo deep in a game that really does not need turbo deep.
And it's just like, you know, the execution's just incredibly awkward and, you know, lacks tact and, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's too much wrong with it for me to really say this is okay, let's say.
I probably don't dislike it as much as Wafu just because I like the idea of having this sort of interlude, but yeah, it's not good as a narrative segment at all. Alright, so this will take us back to wherever the fuck we're supposed to be, I guess. I have no idea. Right, I think we have to wait for Mom to come through this door and unlock it for us. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just missing something obvious. That could always be the case.
Claire? Claire, are you there?
And yeah, you're right. Like, the idea of an interlude that, like, explains, you know, like, the idea of this kind of gameplay interlude that's very atmospheric and haunting is, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a good, like, change of pace from the regular gameplay as well, so I don't mind it.
Like, I think if we wanted to go that route, I think just make the Nightmare Gate bigger, harder, and scrap the Claire, I know you're there thing. Like,
maybe make it more abstract.
I know you're there,
Yeah.
Claire.
more subtlety into what it's actually talking about.
So you're like not reading
Claire?
messages about Claire breaking her getting her arm broken by her mom and shit. Like if we're like completely like abstract as to what it's depicting, like you just had the sprite and then the voice acting or messages, and then Claire kind of acted freaked out afterwards. I don't know, that could work better. But again, this is probably like just too much narrative for this sort of game. So I don't really know how you could salvage it, to be perfectly honest. So I think we need to go downstairs and look in the living room for a key.
But this and like, you know, stuff like the normal ending and stuff like that makes me think that like, man, Zephyr, like, he has a trick for 2D atmosphere. He really does, if he wants to.
Yeah, and like look at this message on the screen at the moment. It's just completely fucking ridiculous. Like there is no subtlety here. I'm sorry. Alright, so I think we might go back to Claire's room now. I don't know. And Mom may or may not turn off the lamps as you go through. I don't really remember.
I think like every time you get a key, some of the lamps just turn off and on.
Okay.
I'm not actually totally sure
Right.
what the mechanics of them are. Don't just open the fridge like that. Fucking hell.
I closed it on my way back.
Very polite.
Yeah. Polite to clear his, evil shadow mom. Right, so now I think we're just turning the lamps back on to get back to Claire's room. Oh god. And mom is right up on her ass here.
You see, Jackie, and like I understand that it's a tribute parody to Clock Tower, but if it's a tribute to parody of Clock Tower, then why is there this big narrative focus with literal journal messages of child abuse? Because like I don't mind that that the gameplay is Clock Tower. I mind that the narrative and the narrative crafted around it is, oh boy,
Yeah.
is.
Like, I think if you wanted to actually make a Clock Tower parody, just keep it in line with the tone of the rest of DT.
Yeah, just make it gameplay oriented and like just keep the atmosphere, keep the maybe a bigger house, maybe like a bigger house in quotes.
Yeah.
So
Have like Hex chasing them instead or something. I don't know.
hex rings.
Yeah. Because again, I don't mind the gameplay concept at all. It's just okay. Here's the amazing message. Yeah, just throw all the subsidy out the window there, I guess.
Keth had actually mentioned one thing when he was playing this that I actually didn't notice, but it's a really good trick.
Yeah.
Which is that I think it was that like Claire runs like just fast enough to stay ahead of Mom.
Oh yeah. At the end section is pretty effective because for that reason.
Yeah, it's pretty potent.
So again, I think this section could work even as it is if DT as a whole just had more characterization going on. Because as Waffy said, we know nothing about Claire except this, basically.
Yeah, if there was more characterization, if this was intrigue at all, if this was something to think about really, then maybe it could work as it is. Even though I still do think that the journal entries might need a bit toning down.
The journal entries are a little too much.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine to list some things that happen in journal entries. It's just that the writing of the journal entries needs to be cleaned up a little bit.
To where it says, "Oh, by the way, my mom beat me until my arm broke."
Fuck! I should laugh at that. I should not laugh at that. Child abuse is bad, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Claire, are you there?
And it's nice enough to put you back immediately before the section you're on whenever you die. Apparently,
Man, you died a lot on this.
Apparently, you can cause strange things to happen by forcing deaths here. So we're not gonna try that.
Yeah, there's a couple people that apparently just used force game over and then Mom never respawned.
Yeah, we're gonna do this legitimately, because we gotta show that we're dominant over Mom.
Also, even if, say that, DT did have more of a characterization focus and stuff like that, and this was kind of as it is, even in a perfect world, I don't think it should replace a Nightmare Gate.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, what would the Nightmare Gate even be for?
The War Room. Nightmare War Room. Yeah, that's fair. Fair enough, I guess.
I do like the idea that, you go into it expecting it to be, another Nightmare Gate, instead you get this. I think that is actually pretty effective, to be honest. Claire doesn't know what's going on, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's a fair point, I guess. I can go with that. You see, I don't think the over-the-top narrative is part of the parody. I think this is deadly serious and meant to be taken as such, and I don't see it as any. I can't see it as any other way.
If Zephyr confirmed that this is meant to be intentionally over-the-top, ridiculous, then I can see it. Because the journal entries, as we're saying, are very, very silly. No offense to Zephyr if you wrote them in earnest, but Yeah, if we can get clarification from him next time on like what he was going
Yeah.
for with this, I think that'll go a long way towards, you know.
Because, you know, it's like the same, well, yeah, and like, again, Zephyr doesn't claim to be a writer or anything like that, and he like, has tongue-in-cheek things to talk about Hex, too,
Yeah.
even though he wrote Hex. But Hex is meant to be taken seriously within the context of the story,
Yeah.
despite him being Hex, let's say. And again, no, I don't want to fault Zephyr because he is not like a professional writer of any sort. I don't want to like say that I'm judging him of those like qualities or anything like that. So
Yeah.
it's an experiment. It was an experiment, and you know, sometimes they work and sometimes they give you child abuse clock tower.
Yeah, that's our name for it, Child Abuse Clock Tower. And I do like the section coming up here. No, this is the... You gotta go all the way upstairs. My bad. So I do like the section coming up here where you actually have to do some platforming over Mom. Like, I actually wouldn't mind seeing this section explored a bit more. Like, not too much more, but a bit more.
Mm-hmm. Basically, it's just that it's narratively and contextually kind of weird and a bit of a mess. But the gameplay idea and the general concept is perfectly fine.
Yeah. Like, I'm just really... I can't convince myself that this wasn't meant to be taken seriously, I'm sorry. Because, like, the way that the journal entries are written just doesn't seem like they're meant to be, like, totally tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, there's no, like, haha XD factor
Yeah.
in, like, in the presentation.
I mean, you've got Claire's mom calling her a bitch and telling her to stay in her room and shit. It's just... It feels too...
It's pretty fucked up, honestly. Like, it's, like, ignoring the, like, insanity
Yeah.
of what's actually happening. I mean, it's pretty serious.
So again, that's something we're gonna ask Zephyr about for sure. Also, the kind of hilarity of Claire still being the same sprite during this section.
Yeah. Maybe this is Eve's backstory from Black Hat. I don't know anything about Black Hat, so...
What if that were actually the case and we were just interpreting wrong the entire time?
Holy fuck. Just so next level.
If somebody go look up a plot summary of Black Cat and let us know.
Yeah. What's Eve's backstory? Stop turning the lamp on and off, you motherfucker.
I'm sorry, Wafu. Does it bother you that much?
It does. I'm a Nightmare Gate 8 speedrunner. Thank you very much.
This part would be great during speedruns. Like, imagine this at a GDQ. Everybody just get real quiet and somber during the...
Like, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I feel I was kind of harsh on it earlier. I'm not saying I take it back that it's narratively a mess, but I think the more I think about it, the more as an idea, it's fine.
Alright, so I think we're done with it now. We're gonna get actually kind of a cool sequence where she ends up outrunning her mom, and I think that works pretty well as like a gameplay, let's call it a gameplay metaphor.
Yeah, for sure. This section's is pretty well done.
Yeah.
I know you're there, Claire.
Yeah, you run just barely faster than her, just enough to stay out of her range.
Even again, actually we mentioned this before, that the normal ending of the game, even though, you know, yeah, she almost catches up with you. It's pretty nice. But like even the normal ending of the game, where like you watch the countdown as Claire, I think that's even potent.
Yeah.
Like when Zephyr chooses to use the game as like a storytelling device, he has a lot of potential.
Yeah, it's when he resorts to text instead that it kind of all goes out the window.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the aftermath of that for Claire was like 5 lines between her and Jerry, and it's just never mentioned again, so, like, alright.
I saw, man, did you see that? Yeah, yeah, I knew that. Oh, yeah, alright, moving on. What?
And then Jeremy's just like, oh, by the way, do you know where we take these instruments?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like, come on, Jeremy. You gonna butt in on this conversation of all things?
Like, Chow doesn't even say anything, I don't think.
Yeah, she doesn't. You think Chow would say something there, because, you know, they were friends, longtime friends and all that.
So Slacks just actually confirmed Eve's backstory for us and said it's actually pretty close.
Double
Oh,
kill.
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Really?
Double kill.
Huh.
Should be using Jerry here, right?
Meta kill.
Is Black Cat, like, good? I actually don't know anything about it. Or whatever Jerry's from.
Jerry is from, D3 Man.
Right.
And not even Zephyr has seen D3 Man, so, like, yeah. If anybody ever, like, plans to watch or read that, at this point, like, too bad. You're gonna see Jerry, and that's all you're gonna see.
I will only see Jerry. Dude. Zephyr's gonna watch this and he's gonna fucking feel bad about me ripping on it. I'm sorry, Zephyr.
I mean, Zephyr can take criticism, that's one thing he's very good at, so I wouldn't worry about offending him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Being,
Zephyr seems like one of the most self-aware people.
yeah. And being able to take criticism definitely, you know, as a result of the game being as good as it is. Alright, so I'm gonna take a break and then we'll see how long we last against the Abomination.
Yeah,
Entertain them often.
I will do my best. Yes, like it was actually kind of shocking, or not shocking, but like cool that Zephyr seems like a pretty nice guy overall. Like when we talk to him and stuff, and pretty open to conversation. Oh, you're right. There are. Oh my god! There are no birds in that segment.
Alright, so bets on how long this is gonna take?
I don't think you're killing it today.
Yeah, probably
Before
not.
the stream
Yeah,
ends.
probably not. I'm gonna give it like, 30 minutes, let's say. And we gotta sit through the giant fucking intro cutscene every time, by the way. I really wish Zephyr would put a checkpoint when it's actually, like, vulnerable.
Multi-kill.
Can't hit it with knives, by the way. Okay, so you can kill the one on the right before the instruments stop playing. That's good.
That's good. So, the pretty divisive boss we have here in the Abomination. He's very love him or hate him, it seems. Overall,
I don't mind him.
I have never disliked the Abomination, and like a lot of people just seem to really not like him because of either A, the instruments like they don't quite understand like what to do about the instruments, or B, just the cumbersome way you fight them in general. But I've never disliked the Abomination of any sort. Like, he's not quite as satisfying to wreck because he has no visible health pool or anything like that. So
I think he's a pretty good boss.
I don't think he's badly designed at all.
Damn, your bomb radius is pathetic.
He is.
Oh god.
Jamers, I actually do think, yeah, I think you can go fight Abomination or Executive if you want to. Right now.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Maybe if I die a couple times, we'll see if you can fight Executive right now. But we'll see. We'll end the stream with that. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah, phase 1 of A-Bomb has that like 15-second long role-playing segment at the beginning, which is yeah, there should have been a checkpoint, let's say.
Yeah. Should have been a checkpoint on Hex too, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
Sometimes like Zephyr just forgets checkpoints, I think.
Yeah. So we made past the
Oh my-
first phase pretty easily, at least. So I'm not gonna freak out too much.
Oh my god, the damage is so low!
Yeah, I'm not gonna even try to kill both of the things in the middle on the second phase in one cycle, let's say. Shit. Let's retry that. Every time we retry at the start, we have to sit through the opening animation again right away. So the Master Sword special might be good against the babies if we can, you know, keep health.
Double kill, multi-kill.
Oh god, I ran into it like a fucking dumbass. And those stones coming up track your position.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
Really? You didn't know that? It's...
I did not. Watching it, it's immensely obvious.
Yeah.
But,
Double kill, multi-kill.
So everything it looks like does 12 damage.
oh, that means... Does that mean 3 hits? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. But there's a decent amount of health gain over the fight, I guess.
Yeah.
Might get like 2 extra hits.
Decent, let's call it. Ah! I was trying to throw a bomb, I didn't have the bomb energy to do it, and I ended up walking into him. But it's okay, we were doing pretty badly that run anyway. I like how Jeremy doesn't even know what's going on. He's like, oh yeah, it's working. I don't know how, but it's working. Thanks, Jeremy. Very helpful.
It's such a DT thing to say, isn't it?
Oh, can't hit it with a missile.
Double sprint, multi-kill.
So what we're doing at the start, if you didn't realize, is waiting for all the instruments to turn off so we can go turn them back on. That requires kind of hanging out and letting some babies spawn a couple of times.
Double kill,
Oh shit.
multi-kill. Double multi-kill.
Sneaking in the health game. That was clever. and then getting the health loss.
Yeah.
That's clever.
So the babies here do not actually have a chance to drop anything like they do in the vault.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate. Okay, that's one down.
Well, the good thing about Abomination is that he is a very, very learned fight because he has no meaningful RNG in him.
Yeah, he's
So,
completely static no matter what you do.
oh, that was a shitty hit. That sucks.
Yeah, Jeremy, I know. So the Nightmare DPS is going to be a problem this time.
So normally, if it on a normal playthrough on the rightmost weak spot on the top platform, you can hit it perfectly with Jerry arrows and be perfectly fine. But we don't have any Jerry arrows really, so
We're going to wait for the instruments to run out, because this form does not actually spawn babies, which is... It actually doesn't match my memory of it, but that's how we're going to take it. And the instruments actually do last a very long time, so like on a normal playthrough, you don't actually need to worry about the instruments very much. It's like I feel like most of your like a lot of the difficulty with the Abomination comes from worrying too much about the instruments. Let's say.
yeah. I think Kethit and Cloth actually said that they think that you should be able to refresh active instruments. What do you think about that?
I don't think it really makes enough of a difference on normal mode. So yeah, this is a horrible, horrible thing to hit.
Like, if you want to wait forever, you can just you can sit at the top and shoot Jerry arrows at it from the bottom, and you will hit it, but it'll take you 20 years.
So I think we're gonna try that one first, just to get it out of the way, because that went very badly very quickly. Like, if you stay down there trying to attack it, everything is just coming at you, and there's no way to avoid it without endlessly,
Double kill.
Well, yeah.
endlessly
It's
dashing.
specifically that's why in normal mode you just sit up top and shoot arrows at it. But 10 arrow limit.
We don't have that luxury. I mean, I guess we could just sit up there and wait for our arrows to refresh.
50 damage per. Oh god. I think arrows should be doing like 90 or more, or something like that.
Yeah. Arrows actually end up doing quite a bit of damage. They're a very viable source of damage. So I think if we sit down here and wait for the babies with Claire, we can hero whip them all pretty easily.
The only problem with like the bow and arrow is just that like the daggers are so much easier to use.
Yeah.
So it's like they just make you you just automatically think, oh, let's use the daggers for anything that requires spears.
Yeah. But since we don't have that luxury, we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Well, I mean, not that arrows would be any more or less old-fashioned than knives. You get what I mean?
Man, that Link special.
Double kill. Investigation.
Man, that Link special is pretty good
Yeah, it's not bad.
when you can use it.
Oh my god, I got hit by the tentacles on the side of the arena. Really? Really?
Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
Okay.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Well, we got our health back, so I'll just have to remember where they are.
You are much better at this instrument thing than I am. I'll just say.
They're not really hard to deal with, like, in my opinion. Like I said, like, it freaks you out more than anything. Like, you think you have to worry about it more than you do. Okay. Oh god. Fuck me in the ass.
I think going into this phase, like the Abomination just shuts all the instruments off intentionally,
Yeah.
and then you have to turn them back on. He does that again going into the last phase too.
So I think you can hit with a bomb from up here too. And that's what we're gonna be trying to aim for. Oh, the bomb.
50.
Bomb might actually go into the dead zone. Yeah, it does. It's bad.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Like maybe if you jump, like and then shoot it from the top height, but that might be. I don't know. That might not even do it.
Oh, that did it.
Okay, that did work. Wonderful. Big Wafu strats.
Yeah.
This takes a fucking eternity.
Oh, it died.
Oh, good job. That's the hard one out of the way.
Now we can do the one you just shoot horizontally at. Alright. And during the final phase, you have to actually activate all 8 of the instruments instead of just 6 of them, I believe.
Indeed. So, the thing about the last phase is that it is much, much scarier looking than it actually is.
Yeah. Assuming we don't.
Once you, yeah, once you figure out like how
We
to,
die.
fucking hell, you're at full health. How does that happen?
You'll see.
Oh, that's how that happened. Oh, that's tragic.
So I think we might actually be able to beat this session, though.
Yeah. Yeah, once you figure out like how to dodge the skulls that it throws at you, then phase 4 is rather easy.
I was just kind of panicking because I made it there, and I was like, oh my god. So yeah. Well,
I got here.
we'll take it slower next time. No big deal. And you do get a audio cue for the baby spawning, by the way.
Oh.
When it does the like distorted laugh, that's when the babies are spawning. For all the Kefits out there who apparently don't listen to games.
Kill.
Leave Kevin alone. He's old.
Yeah, he's old. He's losing his hearing.
Double kill. Multi-kill. Double kill. Multi-kill.
So, it will actually only spawn the babies in the first phase, which is very nice. Yes, man.
Doesn't match my memory, like
Yeah.
you said earlier. But I guess so. That doesn't feel- I'll go with it. I'm secretly taking all your strats for my own nightmare playthrough when I do it.
Well, don't take the strat where I got hit a bunch of times here, by the way.
Make no promises. I thought it'd be the strat I use the most.
Yeah, it's the pro strat. Just take all the damage. You don't need HP.
Wonder how much HP each weak one has.
It's a good question. Some of them seem to have more than others, but I don't know if that's just a difference in the way you have to hit them or not. So it's kind of hard to really hit the instruments if you get in this position.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ. Okay, we're gonna go back out. Ah, okay. That was my bad, and I dashed right into the damaging part of the tentacle. It's okay, we can make it there with more HP this time.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
Actually, you kind of relearn the timing for Claire's hair whip here because, you know, you have less cooldown time on normal mode.
Multi-kill.
Alright, so time to hang out here for a while and dodge some rocks. Fascinating.
You see, I actually never really did this. Like, it seems that I don't know. I think I'm the only one who didn't do this. It's just like chill here until all the instruments turn off and relight them before going left.
It's definitely the safe strat. Like, if you weren't trying to play super safe, I can see you not doing this, but it's basically free to do, so I would recommend it.
Yeah, you are in very little danger at this point because the babies just kind of die. So.
So I really need to learn like where the actual hitboxes are because I just keep jumping into stuff I don't know is there.
Oh yeah, he was pointing down at you, so the thing just that's unfortunate.
So we're gonna let the other babies fall from the sky first here. I don't know what to call these guys. The other babies is what we're gonna go with.
Baby waffles.
Yeah, so many baby wafus.
This is how Canadians breed.
Yeah. this is another boss where the cycles can kind of overlap with the shots and both the babies coming from above happening at once.
Yeah, that can be pretty hectic when that does happen. Oh, you got through that pretty nice.
You can actually do it in one cycle, even on Nightmare, which is surprising, to be honest.
It makes me happy every time I see a bomb work out that way.
And you can kill that in one cycle. Huh. We're gonna wait for the instruments to run out though. And by the way, we mentioned this before, but this is the I Want to Be the Guy final boss theme.
Mm-hmm. Which is something else entirely, I believe. Also,
it's from Contra 3 on Super NES. I mean, obviously, I Want to Be the Guy doesn't have original music, because, like, you know, it's
I wanna.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's the original I Want, even.
Makes me wonder what some of what all the music, like, I believe, like, you know, like K3 for example has like all, you know, stolen tracks too, I believe, right?
Well, obviously.
I
don't think there's
what's
like
Camellia?
I don't think there's a single I Want a game with like original soundtrack or anything. Some of them do have like unique graphics and all, but
yeah,
obviously nobody's gonna like actually compose music for it.
Makes me wonder. I don't actually know. I should ask Ket that. He probably knows what Camelia's battle theme is for K3.
It's from one of the Kirby games. It's Crowned.
How do you fucking know that?
Because, you know, it's K3.
I guess.
Alright, so I have like no fucking idea how we're gonna do damage to this guy, but so we just play it safe and immediately die. So
man, there was so much spaghetti.
the final phase is a problem because I have no idea how to damage him. I guess we can try arrows again and maybe some bombs.
Spacer strats.
We're not gonna do spacer strats. I'm sorry.
Double kill.
I mean, you're gonna be there for fucking 20 million years.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we're gonna try arrows and bombs. That seems to be the safest bet.
It's definitely not gonna be a one cycle.
Yeah.
Probably not even a two cycle.
Yeah, I don't even know how long the cycles last there.
I believe like as soon as your instrument turns off, like even one, I believe that it's invulnerable. So.
Double kill.
Holy shit, that was a pretty tight dodge.
Double kill. DQ. Multi-kill.
Right, I'm gonna wait out the baby storm. So the biggest problem with phase 2 is the instruments are just actually very hard to hit. You have to like actually get outside of it to do it well.
I just got an idea.
Yeah.
Could you sit on the corner? Could you power bomb?
Probably, but I mean, it would take forever, and you still have to dodge shit, so I don't think it'd really be effective even.
It would only be if you're completely out of ammo,
Yeah.
basically. So honestly, it might be worth just staying there as Link, just to.
Yeah, I'm thinking like arrows and bombs are the best strategy for dealing with the final phase. Alright, so that's the second phase.
Wouldn't it be good if Abomination like ate your spare hearts like Executive does?
It wouldn't be good, actually. Please.
Actually, he doesn't even have a health pool.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He's just a bunch of weak points and shit. Fuck, fuck. Alright. Right, we should wait for this to run out. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I forgot there were tentacles in the middle, so we died.
Oh no.
Alright.
Sadness.
Yeah, really fucking sad.
Double kill.
He dies so fast with normal like, DPS. It's just so sad.
Double kill.
And again, Claire's hair whip cooldown is kind of messing with me. There's a few tight, close calls, let's say, where I just barely managed to get it off in time.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
No, fuck, 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 fuck.
Double multi-kill.
Fuck.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
Alright, so we've reached a point where Wafu isn't saying anything.
I mean, you're sitting here beating me up.
Yeah. I'm just kind of exclaiming fuck a whole lot.
I mean, you made it to phase 4 already,
Yeah.
right? So I can't even explain anything else. Because now it's just a matter of you doing it.
No, no. It's so hard to jump through these things.
I don't remember them being. No, they are. It's because like they track you, and so but there's like time lag between the tentacle actually gets to you. So yeah,
It's bad. Let's just say that it's bad.
it's bad. It's all bad, but it can't be helped.
No, nothing can be helped. Nope. That's one down. And these actually do spawn hearts on this phase, but it's just like trolling you because you're never gonna get them.
Yeah, the weak spots are just like set to drop hearts, regardless of where they are.
We have to actually wait for the thing in the center to spawn, or it'll just reset the instruments.
I actually don't remember. I thought you actually had to hit some to get it to spawn in the first place.
No.
Yeah, you're right. I think I just did it out of habit.
Oh my god, you can't actually walk left there. There's a part of the abomination blocking you.
Oh no.
But I think I know what to do at the last part now, so we'll see. If we ever get back there, you know, in, 15 minutes.
Double kill, multi-kill.
You know, there hasn't been many attempts on Abomination, but
They just last
been a while.
long time each attempt.
Double kill, multi-kill. Multi-kill.
So those rocks have pretty weird hitboxes, it seems. I was like basically inside of it and it didn't do anything.
Double kill, multi-kill.
and our reward for this is going to be a treasure,
Oh yeah, it's
one that we will need.
gonna be the most important thing in the game. So that's good at least.
Double kill, multi-kill.
Alright, we didn't take any hits on the first phase that time, so see if we can repeat that feat on the second phase, huh?
This is an achievement. That means there's a bunch of health playing around.
Yeah. The health will actually stay there the entire battle. It doesn't ever despawn, which is pretty nice. I hear something going by in Wafu's soon.
Don't mind him. Just another guy with a small penis. Oh no, Link special.
It's okay. It's not okay because I just like randomly ran my face into some shit. Whatever.
How did that one happen?
So, one thing to note here, we can freely take the health on the lower levels because it is not possible to reach that health on the 4th phase, so... Got to actually activate the bomb, that would help. Down, one to go. Fuck. Fuck. Fuck.
That was some serious spaghetti.
Yeah. And they all do so much damage. Oh my god. So, a bit of avoidance here, I guess. Fuck, fuck, fuck. 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 I just died immediately.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Marina didn't want me to see it.
Yeah, it's sparing you the disappointment. Fuck, that's not right, that's not right, that's not right, that's not right.
This is not a family-friendly stream.
It's not, I'm sorry. One of these days we'll get to the 4th phase and like have some idea of what we're doing.
Oh god, I'm getting tired. I'm just kind of zoning out.
Okay, we'll give it like, let's say 2 more tries. How does that sound? This try and 1 more.
That's probably fine.
It's actually kind of hard to get out of the bottom area there.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure out like actually how to get out of the bottom without being hit. It took longer to figure out how to like get in without being hit because I kept trying to do the left first.
Oh yeah, don't do the left first. It's okay. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
Those tentacles, man, they're not your friends. So here it does the diagonal pattern. I think it only actually does this once. I'm not sure.
Fucking meta rail.
What do you say?
Nothing. Say
Oh.
mentioned tentacles.
No. Alright, got rid of one of them. I actually did that kind of too fast, so now we have to wait around for a while. Alright, we're at full HP. Not at full HP.
Okay. Fuck.
I jinxed it. Well, one more try. The last phase of this is just a killer. Oh my god. Like, one thing that's messing with me is the terrain is like not flat plains. You actually have to jump around a lot and like avoid the abominations parts that damage you as well. And the babies that rain down cause an explosion hitbox when they hit the ground.
I totally forgot about that part.
So that was my downfall last time. Alright, so we've more or less got the first phase down. The big issue is jumping through the tentacles, which is still kind of hard.
Double kill, multi-kill.
Yeah, as I said, like the tentacle like pointing down to aim at you, and it, like makes the skinniest and longest part like in the way of your dash. So. Oh.
This is going bad.
Double multi-kill. Double kill, multi-kill.
That was fucking stupid of me. Why did I do that? Now I have no fucking health. kind of in an interesting position there.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, alright. That's enough for now. We're gonna see if we can meet Executive, and then we're gonna call it a stream. I'll practice some more off screen. I thought I could make it to the end, but no, the fourth phase is too much. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the boss gallery, and I'm gonna like sit there and practice on the fourth phase, like not damaging him, to see how to avoid his attacks. So I think the game might have like frozen while it's saving.
Oh wow, it does seem to be, yeah.
Which is not good.
Did DT3 just crash?
I believe it did.
Yep.
Wait, no, it came back. Alright, so we're gonna assume we're saved. And let's show off the Executive, I guess. Alright, the instruments have to be on. Oh my god.
Double kill.
Please.
It's okay. Wow, we didn't get it.
That's pretty good. The journey to Executive is the hardest road.
Okay, so here's Executive. We'll see how far we get an Executive and in the stream, I guess. Oh, by the way, I replaced the music here, so don't be shocked if it's something different.
Such good music. And yeah, you see Hex here with his disco ball. Yeah. Man, you got phase 1 down, Executive, huh?
How many times do you think I fought him?
Yeah, fair enough.
Had to take damage there because he had no health to summon, had no game power to summon birds with.
Oh right, no game power cost. Need to summon Alexander.
Yeah, that would help.
Bet Alexander can wreck Executive.
Alexander can wreck a lot of things.
Yeah, including the world.
Yeah. He is the destroyer of worlds. So, Executive is a pretty fun fight that I've practiced a lot, obviously.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if Alexander does super shitty damage. He has a billion health.
Alright. We're not gonna try to fight him for real.
Did pretty good.
Alright. So, yeah, that was the stream. I said fuck a lot mostly. Hopefully next time we can actually beat the Abomination. Like I said, I'm gonna practice phase 4 and hope it goes better. Anything you want to say, Wafu?
No, I'm fucking tired.
Alright, so that concludes tonight's stream.